You ever do something and then you look back and cringe? Like, do you ever get those PTSD moments where it's not PTSD? That's an oversimplification, but it's like um, post traumatic cringe disorder (PTCD). I get them every once in a while. I think of a moment in my life where I did something really cringy, and so it's really bad. Sorry, going like that probably is not good for the microphone. It's something where, I do something really cringy and, like, it's almost like a chest pain because I get it to flashback. It's like, oh my god, I did that." The worst, example of this is there was a scholarship opportunity. It was a gaming one. Um, it's so bad. I start the video with, like, and now anytime I breathe deeply, my wife and I, we make jokes because then we think the next thing I'm gonna say is
Failure.
failure, and it's really bad, and it was poorly made, um, and I do that a lot. And so today I wanted to talk about that. Specifically, this channel is kinda cringe. And the thing is, I wanted it to not be cringe, and I think I told myself that when I first did these videos. I you know, I always look at this channel and I'm like, "I wanna do more on Lion as well." It's my 2nd channel. I think the name is funny for some reason. I laugh at my own jokes a lot, and, but I wanna do stuff here because, it's my channel, to just kinda have fun on, and I made those 2 videos. I made my gift to myself and look back to go forward. 2 videos which were inspired by, the weekly slap, which is a thing Jay Schlatt does, more specifically influenced by El Maxo, who's a TF2 YouTuber. He made a 2nd channel where he just kinda talks about stuff. And I wanted this to be kinda like that, where I talk about things and I'm like, "Oh, I'm so, like, so smart, and I'm so, like, professional, and blah, 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 blah." But that's not me, and I think the problem is, and I think a lot of people might do this, I don't know. I have no clue. I'm not gonna act like I do know. I know I do this. I feel like I'm not professional enough. Which is such a weird thing because I don't think you need to be professional. You watch stuff all the time that's not professional, and, like, that gets some of the, like, I don't know, the most insane, like, sometimes that's the most interesting thing, you can watch. I mean, that's what all kids movies are. Like, they're well made, they're well done, but they're not professional. You get what I mean? Not saying that, like, that genre is bad or anything or low quality. I'm just saying, like, as an example, they are not the same as Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer and Barbie, 2 different movies. Going down to that debate. Um, so it's just interesting. It's one of those things. It is. I find I try and make myself overly professional, and that is exactly why failure was bad, and that is exactly why this channel is bad, and I think that's why a lot of my videos that I've made in life are just bad, is because I'm not myself in them. I think back to my Spanish. I had these things. It's projects in English, but it's proyectos. And in the early class, the very first one I took, we had 2 types. It was, or no, it was also in the second one too. But we had videos y textos. Um, that's the most Spanish I'll speak in this. Anyway, I made some really fun projects in those class, and it was just me being goofy. I really liked some of my, like, text ones that I made. I have one. I can put it up on screen. I really liked this bowling flyer that I had made. It was so stupid, and the professor really liked it. And then I also, I made really stupid videos that were like, I had one where I was living in a shed out back. Um, so I have stuff like that, and those are funny, and those, are enjoyable. And one thing I do a lot is, like, I will minimize some of the work I've done because it's not professional, and I don't know why. I did for my capstone project in film, I did a reality TV pilot on my dad's sawmill. And I talk about it differently when I talk to just a random person and when I talk to like a film major because I feel like it's not that cool. But then I'll talk to someone and they're like, no, that is cool. And so it's just so jarring because I feel like since it's not professional, it's not good enough. And so with all that being said, this channel was overly professional for no reason other than I thought I needed it to be, and I still do that. Another really kind of cringe thing I did was it was like a 2 a.m. mimosa. Here, so I'm in a podcasting room at KU. I was using it to record a different video. Let's do some of the funny.
2 a.m. mimosa. Guys, it's 2 a.m. and I have a mimosa here because I'm 21 now. Here's all the cool things I'm gonna do.
Bitch. But yeah. So I did that video. It was pretty cringe. But I've done a lot of stuff like that. And I think recognizing that like I don't have to be I don't have to write a script and I don't have to like force myself to talk in a weird way and I don't have to do all these things that I normally do. I think that, makes a big difference. Um, so yeah, all that to be said, I'm probably going to be changing up how this channel works a little bit, where it'll just be kind of kitchen sink. I'm gonna still keep the videos up that I think are bad, and I might upload some like other videos on here that are like bad, and kind of have it be an archive. But I also my banner is like so ass. I made a new banner and it looks so bad, and I knew it did. And I was like, man, I don't want to use that, but I was like, I want it to be different, and I was like, ah, man, this is like ass. Anyway, um. This channel is going to become a mix of stuff. It'll have talky bits like this. I wouldn't call this a podcast, but I'm probably definitely going to put this under the podcast tab in YouTube. And then I'm thinking of putting like clips and stuff from when I play games other than Team Fortress 2, since that's what my main channel is. I've been playing a lot of Fallout 4 lately, and it's not like melee only, but it is... or melee. It's not melee only, but that is my focus. I just use a super sledge the whole time and run around. And so I'm doing that, and so I have clips from that I think are funny. And then I also, I play Risk of Rain. Is that really all I play? I really just play TF2, Risk of Rain 2, and Fallout 4. That's kind of sad, isn't it? No, it's not. That's a lot of games. There's a lot of content there. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. But anyway, I'll just be posting clips once in a while. And then I might post like things that aren't necessarily like they wouldn't work on the main channel. I'm still trying to figure out, like, I'll definitely link my film channel here. So anyone interested can go there. I think anyone interested already has access to my film channel. But I'd like to do some like broader projects film-wise next semester because I have access to all the resources now. And before I lose that chance, I want to be able to do that stuff. So I have all these ideas. I always have a ton of stupid ideas. Would they ever work? Probably not. But one of the things I thought would be like a really fun, kind of funny idea, which, why don't we continue to make this video longer? I don't see why I don't. I'll pull up my little ideas notepad, kind of run them through you guys. If you have any that you like, I got this small notebook. I stole it from my brother. The paper in it's like yellowing, and so it makes me not want to use it. I'll describe the one I was thinking first. So I really like documentary, and I guess I'll describe too. So I really like documentary, and part of it is because I think it's more fun to make a story out of like real life than it is to just create a fiction, but it's also because it's easier. So one of the ideas I had was a more journalistic documentary, which would be a little bit more historical. And that one is who the hell decided to put KU on a hill? I thought that one would be kind of funny because I always make jokes. I do tour guides for the film department in the journalism school. And so I'm always like, who did that? Whose idea was it to put KU on a hill? That's a terrible idea. And then my other idea, which I've had for a while, is doing a nature documentary on campus wildlife. There's like legit hawks that are on campus, like roosting on campus. The squirrels are really weird on campus because they're so used to people that they'll like walk up right next to you and just hang out and chill. And then there's a bunch of bugs. I've seen some wild bugs. I know there's other stuff. There's like a snapping turtle in Potter Lake, and there's got to be more animals than that. But at least some of the interesting. Is it fauna? It's fauna, right? Fauna of campus. Yeah. But so those are my two documentary ideas that I have, kind of for KU specifically. But then going into my idea booklet, the first one I have on here, and some of these are just bad. I'm going to be honest. I get a lot of ideas, and I will just say them to my wife, and I'll be like, yeah, here's my idea. And then she's like, that's stupid. You're going to give me another idea in 30 seconds. And that's kind of how it is. But anyway, these are ones I've written down. So the first one, the average life of I don't remember what the name was supposed to be. The average life of Alan Milovitz. It was literally just supposed to be like a really boring, like cubicle day in a life. Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on from that one. The next one was Apocalyptic Story with Emergency Radio. And then like under it, I put an experimental version could be where it's like a long take where stuff is going on in the background, but you only see like the camera is focused on this radio that's playing. And that one, so they all have stories behind them, but that one was because there was this huge storm that came through, and it actually knocked out the power for like 4 days. Or no, it was like, because what was it? It was Friday until Sunday, I think. So 3 days. Huge storm came in, and we had this like little tiny emergency radio that was like super finicky, and like the batteries would stick out of it. And so that's where I got that idea. Here, get the nice paper, son. Next. Oh, that's just notes. That's just notes from a class. Okay, more ideas. Oxygen gambling. There's survivors on a failing space station who gamble for oxygen. This might be an actual idea because the image in my head is pretty like exact. And so I feel like it has to be something that's happened before. But I don't know. That's the problem. Anyway, I thought that was a cool one. I don't remember what that one was for. Like where I got that idea. But I got that idea. And then the next one, a cult whose guests wait, what? Oh, okay. Okay. Well, this all that matters is it's a cult idea. It was a cult idea for a show. So I went up to Michigan this summer. It was me and my wife. We went up to Michigan, and okay. So a little bit of context. I call Sophia my wife because we've been together for 4 years. We are not married yet. That's because I didn't want to get married during college because I wanted us to actually have the ability to take a honeymoon, to actually enjoy our wedding, to actually have money for the wedding. In school, don't really have the options for that. So when we went up there, we didn't realize, they said that they were going to have us sleep in separate rooms. I was a little bit brud by this, but I was like, I guess that's okay. We were going up because my grandma wanted to see my great uncle, and she would have to drive up by herself. So we went up to go see my cousins who were up there, and my great uncle. And it turns out they're like a cult. Like they are literally like just a cult. They have a bunch of like lighthouse memorabilia about like our guiding light is the Lord and all of this stuff. I think Far Cry 5 or 4, whichever one is like the Christian cult one, it was exactly like that. Like it was freaky. Um, they like have kids come over on Sunday and they bribe them with pizza and soda and stuff. And it's like it's not like a good community. It's like a very poor community. And they talk about how like, oh yeah, these kids like we don't know like if they get to eat as often and stuff. So it's they are literally just bribing these children to to join their Christian cult. Um, all of the kids they have like I don't know 8 kids, and they all live at home except for the second oldest. The current oldest is like 32, and he lives at home. Nothing wrong with that. But the fact that he lives in a bunk bed with his younger brothers is weird. Like that is weird. So there's that. It's really weird. They wear like the same clothes every day. Super creepy. We got a whole bunch of cult ideas for that because it was just so scary, and it was also so unsettling being there. So much so that we were like constantly leaving. So we would have like not only fresh air, because like something just felt wrong in their house because they didn't have technology. They only use like Linux or something like that because Windows spies on you. They were like low key racist. They said some weird stuff. Exactly what you think of like Christian cult. Again, I want to say there's nothing wrong with Christians. It's just they were creepy. They were an actual cult. Like they were a cult. I lost topic, but yeah. So that was where that idea came from. Something with cults was kind of with that. Apparently, that is all the ideas I have written down in this book. I know I have more than that. The question is, where are they scattered? Because they are inevitably everywhere. I get a lot of ideas. I will, however, log into my Google Drive. While we're on the topic of ideas, I know you didn't ask to be on the topic of ideas, but you are now. That was a good burp. Oh my goodness. Hello. Sheesh, you done now? Sheesh. Okay. Well, I was recording like a bonus thing, but oh no, it's okay. It was like very low stakes and chill. So, do you want to come here or do you want me cuz it'll take me a second to pack up? Or do you just want to meet me at the car? Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, I will start packing up then. I have to upload the video to my drive, but then I be ready. So, I love you. I will pack everything else up though during that time. So, I love you. What were you going to say? I'm sorry. No, I didn't. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I completely forgot. But that was partially because I didn't get done with recording until like recently. So I completely forgot about it though. That's not we. Okay. I love you. I will start packing up and everything. Bye. Oop. I'm in trouble now. I forgot to call the hair place. Anyway, I was gonna tell you like ideas for podcasts I had. But you know what? We don't need to anymore. So I'm gonna pack up. You guys can still hear the audio while I do that. Because why not? I mean that's like a fun Isn't that like a cool? I don't know. Is it not? I don't know what's cool and what's not. I think that's my biggest flaw. Is I think too many things are cool. Wrapping up the cord, like I'm wrapping up this recording. Yeah. So, long, convoluted story that is very beyond what was originally being said. Short. I'm going to be changing up what's uploaded here, and I'm also going to be trying to make a little bit more podcasts, or not podcasts, documentaries and stuff on my film channel. So keep an eye out for all of that, and bye for now.